It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. New York Jets on Monday Night Prime Time.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. At the 26-yard line. But one thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity, unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that wound up traveling at even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Mahomes going to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there, because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on third down. Now they have to hunker down, because guess what? That drive continues.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Chiefs put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves. Sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Hall again on second down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's Uzama. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll give to Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Ball again on 2nd down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Jets have recovered.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, not get free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, now Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Nicole Hardman, 34 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found it downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And Charles, he's a rookie. He's put it on the ground once, maybe defensively. Now they're saying, okay, we can get this young buck to cough it up 2, 3 times. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they do tend to zero in on the young runners because once one comes out, as you noted, you think there's an opportunity for more. This is where you have to get with that guy and say, all right, they're going to come after you, but we believe in your talents. Take care of the football, and let's go.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the save. Able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete here.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Whenever I see a team turn. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Mahomes to throw once more. Open man right side is Tony. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now another timeout called for by until halftime. On first down, Mahomes going up top. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we have a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The Jets going to take over now late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, it's Rodgers. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nicole Hardman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they take the extra point. What a great one in there.
Great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Zerline now for the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on it.
As they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. They find some open field here. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jarek McCammon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Final shot before half for Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. It got his man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
Ball again on second down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
They'll run with Hall.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Rodgers with a keeper. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now this time Rodgers will throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this one is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On play action, Rodgers. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers.
Touchdown! Breece Hall from 8 yards out. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that was a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Now here's Mahomes. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Lawson able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Mahomes on third.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the first down.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium.
A good position to be in here, second and inches.
It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4.
Mahomes firing complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second and 7, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. to the ground. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey there to make the grab.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. New York's offense back out there and set to go. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that can finish things off for them.
It's a gain of 35.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Paul want to give up the middle.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he's got it down to the 28.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 7, 45 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Rodgers.
It's complete, Lazard, and he is out of bounds with the 1st down as the clock ticks inside of 30 seconds.
The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this is caught. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And wait a minute, did the Jets get it? They did, and the Jets have recovered. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final try now for Rodgers. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.